Right, so I'm forced to do the video like this. I have absolutely no other choice in how I can choose to do the video. Anyways, these are the Seimitsu buttons, right? And what I'm going to be comparing them with is the what you call them? Fucking retard, man. Absolutely retard. Whatever, I'm just gonna get them out. It's because I'm thinking of getting them while bloody talking to people. That's the thing. Right. So I'm gonna compare it with this button. How have I forgotten the name? As soon as I fucking start broadcasting it, thick as fuck, like, I swear to God. You'll know the name. That one's working fine. Okay. Right. What was the name of the button again? So these are Seimitsu buttons, and this one is completely blank. Thick cunt. Anyways. Right, so I had these in me arcade stick, right? And the problem with them is that they were just too sensitive when it came to changing it to like a hitbox. So this was the first arcade stick. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch the camera around as well. That was the first arcade stick. Yes, the camera's right anyways. And these buttons were perfect, right? But as soon as I like changed to the hitbox, I like to rest my hands on the buttons. And the problem with these buttons is they were just too sensitive, right? And it would end up the button would end up coming out when I didn't want to, just because I'm resting my hands on it. Right? So I then did a load of research in thinking about what kind of buttons that I wanted for this arcade stick, and I really wanted them to be flashy. You know what I mean? I wanted this button or shit, right? So then I went for, I don't want them as sensitive as them buttons, right? I want the class down. So the only class down was the middle ground, it was right here. Okay? So what we're going to do, open it up. So to build it, the most expensive part in here is obviously the motherboard. This was 80 quid. Not that expensive compared to what it can do. And I have my little baggie here in case I want to change any buttons, or you know, like this bit here. Where am I pointing? This bit right here. If I put the thing on these two prongs, that's what changes the mode to the legal mode, if you wanted to, last win. But yeah, so we're doing this, taking these two buttons out. What I was going to do is going to keep this to myself. Because it's a massive advantage, I would say. It makes them better, and then I'm gonna have to remember that name while I'm doing this. It's the most famous buttons, everyone's got them.
Live and let die. Fight!
Right, so what I'm doing, basically, right, what I found out was I'd seen some guy take this shit out, right? I had seen some guy do a mod, because I was thinking, right, I want to make them more sensitive. And I seen some dude do it, right? He's using fucking tools. He's shaving it down. He's shaving the part down. So we're doing exactly what he did, but we're not fucking shaving shit down with tools. All we're doing is packing it. All we're doing is packing it, which I don't know why he didn't think about just packing it. Know what I'm saying? Obviously not the brightest. Alright man, fucking hell, stupid cunt. Right, where's the shit? I need one tool to get it out. Where have I put the fucking tool? So when you're doing it, you just need something thin that's gonna really like pop it out. I'm gonna have to fucking go and get it from the shed, aren't I? Thick fuck. Whatever. I'll just use these thin pair of scissors. Right. So you have two little tabs. Push no on one tab. And pushing up on another one. And that's that. And that's your button out, right? So that's what it's looking like. Inside, very much the same as the very famous buttons from Japan. I don't know how I can't think of the name, but these are Seimitsu buttons. That's all that matters, right? Here's your button. Here's the plunger, right? What that guy did, right? I don't know if you can see. I've already packed it. I've already packed it with 5. Okay? 5 what, you might be saying, because I haven't said what we're doing yet. So this is it. This is the button. This is the thing that dude modded. He took this and he shaved down that part there. He shaved down that part with the hole, this. He made it flat, which is very stupid. Because if I was to do that, I've got sandpaper. Fucking sandpaper. It would take forever, right? There's 16 buttons on that, and that's just the face. 16 buttons altogether, sorry. Isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the front. So I went through all 12 buttons. What I packed it with, right, was envelopes. An envelope. So all I did, took the envelope. So I'm not going to disconnect these wires because I did with the other ones. I can get every other fucking button out and these last 2 buttons, instead of breaking it, I just left the wires in, which is why you can see it's just popping this out like that and the wires are still connected in the back. You know what I'm saying? It's just less fucking about, straight to the point. So I'm not pulling the button all the way out, right? And that's what I did, I made 5 cuts, squares like this. What you can pack it with, and the most you can pack it is 10. That's why I say times 10. So the most sensitive you're going to get is 10 square bits cut up of this envelope, right? Or paper, whatever, doesn't matter, right? Fuck knows what I'm showing you there. I'm probably showing you how much fucking money I've got. None. So we'll start doing that. Like I say, this is very, very sensitive. They're the most famous Japanese buttons in the world. I just can't remember the fucking name, man. I've just said it like 10 times before I start the stream. But the important point is they were too sensitive, right? I couldn't rest my fingers on them because they were too soft. So if I'm playing and I'm resting my fingers on the directional buttons, they were too fucking soft, right? So I couldn't use them, right? Then I come across the next sensitivity down. There were there was too much travel time, you know? Like the travel time was like, so I have the button here. I have the button and I'm going to show you the original travel time of the button. So that's the button in. All that's in is button art. That's the only thing that's in it. It's not packed with anything at all. I'll push it back in. This is a piss thought about this bit, by the way. So I'm pushing it back in, right? Yeah. Right. So how am I gonna skip this part? Right, so the button that I just pushed back in is this one. Every other button has 10 square bits of envelope in. This one has 5. There's a different sound for a start, and I don't know if you can hear it. I have a mega fucking expensive PlayStation fucking 4 controller down here that won't even charge, which is why I'm fucking about with just the stick. You know what I mean? Makes you fucking laugh, doesn't it? Fucking piece of shit. Right, so anyways, you can hear the button now. These ones all have 10 bits of envelope in. And if I just press it the slightest bit, it will thingy. But this one has the most travel time. See it? This has 5. These all have 10. There's like you can push it into there and that wouldn't activate it. And then when you do that, it would. So that's not activating it, that is. Right. So, 10's the most you can do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to skip this part. Alright, come on, man, come on. Fuck's sake, man. Fucking piece of shit, man. I'm telling you. Things I've got to fucking do. Right, so, gonna cut my envelope bits. Just cutting them out already, man. Fuck's sake. It's all shit. It's all fucking shit. Right, so. This is annoying though, you fucking know what I mean? Even having to make the video like this is fucking ridiculous, man. It's absolutely fucking caca. Let us turn our, open the blinds as well.
You cannot save your world.
Fuck off, Galactus.
Ravished by Galactus.
Made me fucking happy medicine, I think. Sorry for swearing all the time. This channel's not for kids anyways. Last thing I want is child viewers. Nah, I'm saying that's probably not made it any better at all. Still super dark. Fuck it. Piece of fucking shit. Hey, it is like sick. That made it even darker. Fucking hell. So we're cutting 10 pieces of fucking paper. I can't even put both thumbs through. You can see the shit I'm fucking using, right? Because the dogs chew through it. So 10 squares. Like I say, I was just going to keep this to myself. I'd have a huge advantage. I would just say it's just the best buttons on the... You can't buy them, can you? You know what I mean? It's fully customizable. Scissors don't even fucking work, man. You see what I'm fucking dealing with? Just an absolute fucking lack of fucking talent. Lack of fucking... Do you know what I mean? I say shit, man. People don't even understand it. Right, anyways. 10 squares. Can't be too big, because then it's going to touch the corners. You could do 10 circles, if you want to make it harder. Right, so 10 fucking squares, yeah? Get with shit. Let's get with shit. Oh no, couldn't even fucking do that, could it? It's 2. That's 3. That's 4. And that is 5. Yes, I said 10, the doubled. It's a fucking envelope. There's 2 sides, right? So then what we'll do, got our little squares, yeah? Little square, open it up. Yeah, that was fucking 3. Did I want 3? Did I fuck? Pull it off. You get 1 square. Poof. Right? Where's me fucking button? You are taking the piss. I put it back in, didn't I? Right. Take them all. Yeah. pull them fucking apart. Don't chuck them on the floor like I did. 1, 2. 3, 4. Come on. And 5. Now I need the button back out. Nice one, nice one. Because you fucking pushed it back in. Start pressing it about. Like I say, if I did any other button, I would have been able to pull it out and show you the whole button right up to the camera. Don't think it's fucking necessary anyways. Come on. This hole's tight. These were the only 2 hard buttons in the whole like stick. And if I break a button, I don't have a replacement. And I'm pressing buttons.
Welcome to the world of Marvel vs. Capcom 3. The world's greatest heroes are all here.
Thank God you can't fucking electrocute yourself, eh? Come on! And there goes all the pieces of paper that I fucking did. Fuck me, you can't write this shit, can you? Go fuck yourself. On my shitty fucking bank statement. Right. Where are we? Get the fuck out. Come on, man. It's only because it's fucking live, you know. It's the only reason to take the piss. What the fuck were the name of them buttons? Why have I just got Hori in my head? Holy shit. Seimitsu. And you have... whatever. It's not even hard. I've said it a billion times. Obviously I'm not resting the scissors on my fucking arcade stick because it took us a long time to build it, and I built it from something you're supposed to mount on a wall. Right, there's the button, thank fucking God, right? Right, one piece of square envelope. I'm picking them up on the floor. That's 2, 3, 'Don't tell me to double check all the sides, make sure I'm not putting doubles in. Fuck off, man. Right, start again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh God. At first we didn't have to cut all the 10 because I already had 5 in. Now we've got to cut them all. Where was that? 5, 6, 7. Fucking get in now. 8. 9. And 10. Right, so that's 10 in. Alright, just piece of paste, 10 bits of envelope packed into me fucking button, yeah? You're not taking out no tools, no sandpaper, no sanding nothing down. I fucking dropped one. What a dickhead. Do you know what it is? If I put in 11, the button will stick. If I put it in forward, it'll constantly walk forward, no matter what the fuck I do. If I put in 10, it'll be like not even a millimeter. I don't know how you would measure it, but it's the slightest press away from activating, as close as it can get. And like I say, then green buttons are the best buttons on the market. They're the most sensitive ones. All the pro players use them. I'm gonna have to get the name. Harley! Harley! Three, 4, fucking 5, 6, fuck off, you're not going in. 7, fuck off, man. Fuck off, man. Fuck's sake. Need me fucking medicine, didn't I? Start again. 1. Fucking like being in nursery, man. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. Fucking 10. That is 10 little squares of envelope. I want them to be perfect, because if they're all fucking over the place, folded up, it's obviously not the right height. And if you add any more height than 10 square pieces of envelope, the button will fucking stick. Right? So that's as most sensitive as you can do it. Now, how I set it up originally, envelopes, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 5, 5. So all of them had 10 apart from these, for plinking. Some people, when they make the arcade stick, they'll raise one button, like this one, higher than your light punch. So your medium punch would be higher than your light punch. So when you're pressing both at the same time, you get a plink. So you can do that and make plinking easier as well. If you're already used to plinking, it's probably just going to make it a lot harder for yourself. It's not really needed now. Fucking easy mode on Street Fighter 5. Want these perfectly square. OCD's fucking kicking in. So that's me shit. That's me fucking... As you can see, without anything pressed on, there's quite a height in there now. It's a canny fucking height, right? So now, I grab my button, that dial ground down. Yeah, don't grind it down, by the way. Wow, that looks damaged. Oh, that's about to snap. Oh shit. That's about to snap. That's not good. Oh my god. No, don't snap. I don't have a replacement. Can't bend it back. It will snap. So I want it in the middle, so it can't tilt. Right, that put us off because I've just realised it's about to snap. Which is really, really, really bad. Because the whole point in this was so I didn't need to buy new fucking buttons to find out what sensitivity I like. The whole point was building the sensitivity, customizing the sensitivity what I want. I've obviously went with the most sensitive, where it's one envelope piece away from actually at default being fucking, you know, like pressed all the time. That's it in. So when you push it in, you have to really push it down, or it will stick. You have to give it a good few presses. Otherwise, you're gonna be like, this daft cunt doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's sticking all the time. You have to, because if you just put it in like a little fucking girl and try and play it, it won't work. Right? That's done. One done. Number two. Obviously the scissors weren't the best for it because it nearly fucking broke it. Wasn't the scissors that I used in the first place. I used a tiny, tiny screwdriver. This is number two. This is leg kick. As you can see, I already had envelope pieces in it. There's one stuck to that bit. I had 5 pieces in. I originally put in 0, but couldn't take the original thing of the buttons. I'd been using them for about a year. Obviously not a whole year time worth, you know. I'd say with them like that, I'd probably put in a couple 100 hours of the default buttons until I realised there was something I didn't like about them. Like, it was quite a long press before it was activating. The travel time wasn't so good, where that's the whole point in the hitbox. And the buttons are so primitive anyways, especially when it comes to mods, you know. I just don't have the money to waste on the postage and packaging, and the buttons are reasonably priced. It's just the postage and packaging and the pissing about and the waiting for them, and you know. Right, so that's one. I'm going to get with 10 sheets and then put them in. Right, 1, 2, 3. You don't want them creased, you want them perfect, don't you? It's 5. Yeah. Now I don't want this part of the envelope because that's part of the envelope that would twist round. It's like adding an extra piece. So that's gone. That's one. Like a sheet of paper would probably be better. Same shit, innit? Same shit. Everyone's got envelopes, trash envelopes, you know what I mean? Envelopes that are gone in the bin, letters, caca. All that shit, right? So. I wasn't even going to share this with anyone, so appreciate that I am. Yeah. Now, I mean, I should have just kept this to myself, but me rational thinking is like, I'm no good, I'm not entering no tournaments, buttons are so primitive, just cash it in, try and help somebody, because normally I just keep shit to myself. I'll help people close to us, but I'll not come on the air and make a video and try and help everyone in the fucking world. You know what I mean? Nothing worse than about 10,000 fucking different questions rather than someone just watching the video a couple of times. So, you know what I mean? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 and fucking 10. Thank God. Scissors are shit, man. Here comes the dog. Fuck off. Fuck off. Shit. Sanwa buttons, that's what they are. The Sanwas were too sensitive. I loved them. I loved the Sanwa buttons. Don't get us wrong, they're the most famous buttons going. But honestly, man, these are better. These are, with this upgrade, I get a Sanwa button that's not activating when I'm resting my fingers on it. That's what this is. It's basically the sensitivity of a Sanwa button, but it takes more pressure to press down, therefore you can somewhat rest your hands, your fingers on the buttons if you want to. Fuck off, man. Right, whatever. Right, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And the reason why I know you can only put 10 in, obviously because I've tried, I kept doing it. I went 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10, all the way to 11, yeah? In and out, testing the button. Yeah, I might not have even damaged this button off this attempt. Might have been off then. I don't think so though. I really felt the struggle getting it out on stream. But 10's the max. And when I put in 11, I pushed it down the same. as I just showed you before, because if I didn't do that, it would activate and hold forward if it was on forward, just for examples. Right, so there's where envelope's in. It's roughly coming to the height. It's coming to the height of this first bridge. Of this first bridge part. Know what I mean? So your envelopes, 10. Like, I wasn't even gonna go like max sensitivity of what I can achieve. Because I thought, well, I'm gonna have the same problem as the Sama buttons. It's gonna activate shit when I don't want it to. And it's fine. It doesn't. But it's night and day, the difference. That's it there, that's what it looks like. So all we're doing is raising the plunger basically. And then we'll hold it at the sides, you see the two clips here. It's going fucking this way. So that's that. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to push it down like I said, and I'm going to show you exactly what fucking happens if you put it in like a little vagina. Right. We're turning it on. It's all connected. I didn't disconnect the wires. The only thing that's not happening is the knot screw in. Right. Turn it all on. Fucking electric shock. Right. Where are we? Pressing my PlayStation button. Whatever. Oh, I got a Kuma. Lucky fucking me. So it's not sticking. And anyways, I've had to press it to fucking activate the game. Haven't I? So let's see. It's not a good button to see if it's sticking, by the way. It would be an X. A direction would be better. It's not sticking. It's a very important button though. It's your launcher. Right, so controller settings. Where are we? I did go into training mode, didn't I? These are all as sensitive as they can be. There's no travel time. And I suppose that's it, guys. Just screwing it all back up. They're all the same now. And what I had done originally was I had put 10 on all of them, apart from me light punch and me light kick. These had 5 envelope pieces of paper in, right? And the reason for is for your plinking. But I'm thinking, I've watched quite a bit of Street Fighter 6 now to probably know that it's not coming back, the plinking. You know?
Ultimate Marvel versus...
that you won't need it. If it even has that priority system in it still. Yeah. I can't see my screen, man. This is a fucking problem, isn't it? Offline, obviously. Right. Training. Another thing that people mod the buttons for is that seemed like it activated itself. Like I say, so the sensitivity is from 1 to 10. This is 10 across the board. Ultimately silent. I didn't want the computer playing, so you can actually have a listen Is there any way to turn the fucking music off? Audio settings. Training options. It's all training shit, yeah. Whatever. But you could actually play so silent as well, so it could also be like a silent mod. You know what I mean? Look at that. The tiniest of presses. Personally, I like the loud buttons. Sound doesn't matter. Yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. I'm gonna tie the rest of the shit up because I really don't fucking give a fuck about the video or the length or the mistakes. But I know what I wasn't doing. I was not spending all that time making it in Share Factory or however the fuck I can make it. Wasn't doing it. Can't be arsed. Not fucking about. But I hope it helps somebody, or I would love people like, you know, like, obviously the pro players, they're all using Sanwas, aren't they, because they're so sensitive. I'd love them to experience how much more powerful these buttons are. I mean, in the right hands, this mod would be fucking dangerous. You know what I'm saying? Because you're giving people like ultra reflexes, you know what I mean? There's also travel time in the buttons, you know? And like I say, if I could squeeze in 10 pieces of envelope into that plunger, the button art part of the plunger, right? How lenient was it? You know what I'm saying? It was quite far away, wasn't it? And it was fine, didn't get us wrong, right? But I'm just saying, for how the button actually feels now, it feels very, very close to a Sanwa button. Because it's just so instant, you can feel there is no travel time with that. That, I reckon with this, you wouldn't get 10 envelope pieces in it if you could. Know what I mean? And then with this, it's just as good, but it takes that little bit more pressure to press it. I don't know what else I could do for you, man. But yeah, like I say, the desire was I wanted to make it like this button. You see? I don't know if you could like mod. So inside of the sandbar button, it's very much the same. Obviously that's completely hollow. Both of them are, because I fucked them. Right. I fucked the switch. So I've fucked about with them enough to break a couple. As you can see, it's literally just a ball bearing that sticks between them two fucking prongs. So I've been all the way with the sandbar buttons as well. The plunger part, obviously it's, I just don't, you couldn't customize it, you couldn't, you know? I don't know how you would customize that. I don't think you could. All you could really do is what that dude did with the same button, the Seimitsu buttons, which was completely unnecessary. That was the stupidest thing he could do. He didn't show you anything, he just showed you that he ground this part down. That was literally it. Idiot, basically. I think it would break the button because you could grind it down too much and it would forever activate. It would break the button. It would be a constant, like it's doing that. If I put 11 envelopes in, I'm not fucking about, I'm not doing it. But if I put 11 in, it would be that all the time. And if you try to do that, you're gonna get neutral. Know what I mean? It's a fucking snot. It's a snot off. You think these sandbar buttons are good? These are the fucking tits now. And I thought, like I say, I played about with it and played about with it and played about with it. I thought maybe I'm gonna get some accidental button presses now that I just didn't want. Like sometimes with the sandbars. Not the case. Rest my hand on that all day. I'm putting a bit more pressure on. Know what I mean? I'm barely fucking touching them. So it still has exactly the same pressure because I like the pressure from the Seimitsu buttons. Obviously I love the classiness. How you can just, it's so much more that you can mod other than just the button art. Like you can actually mod the sensitivity of it, the travel time of it. It's just, in my opinion, they are the best buttons. Before I customised them, they were still really, really good. They were really good, and the only annoying thing is the bit that I showed you at the beginning of the video, is where when I pushed it down halfway, it still wasn't activated, but I could feel a little notch. So it would go halfway down, feel a little notch, and then I would push it. And I would, because I was thinking, well, how could I activate it faster? Because when I first started doing it, I thought, well, if I held it halfway down and then pressed it, so I would hold it down halfway because I would feel a little, I can feel something there. Now that thing that I can feel is the activation. I can feel the activation. You know what I mean? Whereas before, I couldn't do that. I couldn't feel that activation as much because I'm pushing it down more. So I wouldn't get a super slight touch. That would be more difficult before I modded them. Know what I mean? I'd probably get a touch more like that. But have a play about, do what you want, you know what I mean? Be careful when you're taking the plungers out. There's one there, he snapped. Just don't force it. I was sort of forcing it because of the fucking stream. But that's going to be it for the video, guys. Excellent. Thank you very much for watching. Fucking peace. Ugh.